Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen, and today we are making fish pie. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the mashed potato topping, and I'm going to be making the mashed potatoes in the Ninja. So come on down, we'll have a look. Right then, to make mashed potato in your pressure cooker of any sort, you need water in the pot, that's in there. Then you cut your potatoes to similar sizes. You can leave the skin on, you can peel them. I peel them because I don't like skin in my mash. Okay, then they go in your basket and your basket goes in there. Shut your lid, switch on. We're going to slide across to pressure cook, and I want a quick release, and I'm only going to go for about 8 minutes, and I need to make sure my vent is sealed, which I've done, and I press start. That's it. That is my potatoes cooking. Nothing more to do with those till they're cooked. Okie dokie, let's get on with our fish pie. Now in my fish pie I'm going to use some frozen vegetables. This is a mix of carrots, corn, peas and green beans. I'm also going to saute them in a little butter, and that will be the base of, help with the base of the roux, the sauce for the fish. Talking of fish, in here I have some smoked haddock, some salmon and some cod, and again fairly evenly sized pieces. Now a little bit of luxury for Steve, because I don't like them. I'm going to put some king prawns in. They're raw, that's why they're not pink. Okay, so the sauce will be made with the butter, some flour and some milk. So to start I need to get some butter. I need to switch the oven on. I'm being so good just lately, I'm switching everything off at the mains when it is not in use. Okay, so I'm going to put the hob on, and I'm going to add in a good knob of butter. Oh, I don't think I said what else I'm going to be using. No, I didn't. I'm going to be adding some spinach into the mix, and the best way to buy spinach is to buy the frozen, and it's in little pellets like this, and as it warms through, cooks out, it spreads. It's the best way to buy it. I mean, you can buy fresh and put it in, but you tend not to use a whole packet, so what's the point? Buy the frozen, save a few pennies. So we'll be back once this butter has melted. Well, the butter is all but melted, so I'm going to go in with the frozen veg. And all we're going to do, we're just going to let them warm through. So what they're going to do is they're going to release some of the water that will be in there from being frozen. I'm going to add a little bit of English mustard to it, just to give it a little bit of flavour as well. I will also add some pepper and maybe a tiny pinch of salt. But for now we're just sauteing these. So I'm going to go in now with some black pepper. I could use white, probably would have been better, but the black pepper's out, so just go in with that just to give a little bit of oomph, and just a small amount of salt. I can smell the black pepper now. Right. Butter's sizzling away nicely now, so I'm going to go in with some plain flour, and I'm going to go in with a tablespoon and a half. And then I'm going to mix that all in with the butter and cook it off for a couple of minutes, because we don't want that raw flour flavour. Now that's had a minute or so, so I'm going to gradually add in some milk. And each time it thickens up, I'll just add in some more. I had just about a pint of milk in the jug. I probably won't use it all, so it will go back into the container. Switching over to a whisk now. And we just keep adding milk and whisking until it's the right consistency. I'll bring you back when it is. In with just half a teaspoon of mustard. And that will add flavour and just change the colour of the sauce just slightly. Right, you can see it is actually thickening up now, so that's good. I'm going to let it go thicker because as I add this, that's the potatoes just starting to actually pressure cook now. It's up to pressure. Anyway, I'm going to get it a little bit thicker than you might think, because once I add the spinach, the water from that will loosen down the sauce again. Okay, we're about there. So I'm going to go in with the spinach and just let it break down in the heat. It won't take long, but we will come back when it starts to break. So I think you can see how that's breaking down and just going through all the sauce really. So that's just on a very low heat, and now I'm going to switch it off completely, and I'm going to add the prawns. I'll have to be careful when I'm putting this into the dish because I really don't want any prawns. So we're going to add the prawns. Everything will cook in the oven. So the prawns are going in. They're being stirred through. There you go. You really get a sense of the spinach now. And now we're going in with the fish. So as I say, we've got salmon, we've got haddock, smoked haddock, and we've got cod. And we don't need to cook this. You can, but you don't need to, because it is all going to cook actually in the oven. So that is the base for your delicious, one hopes, fish pie. Now, can you see these prawns are actually starting to pink up already just in the residual heat. So we'll leave that, and next step is mashed potatoes. Right then, the mashed potatoes, or the potatoes because they're not yet mashed, have another few seconds to go. And again, I just want you to see that I don't have to touch anything on this. That's my alarm telling me that it's going to release the pressure, and any second now it's going to start. And I probably will still jump, I'm sorry. Ooh, I didn't. Okay, so you can see I didn't have to touch anything there to release that pressure. Once the pressure's out, we'll start to mash. pressure is all released. I have slid the slider across, and now I can open the lid. And I've said before, you can hear the excess water running down into the cup at the side. So we have to now, let's switch off the machine. Remove the cooked potatoes, because yes, they are cooked. What did I give them? 7 minutes? Okie dokie. Right, I want to leave, just move that so that we can see where we are. And I'm just going to dry the bottom of this out. Okay, and I'm going to put in a little bit, okay, it's not going to be a little bit, it's going to be quite a bit of butter. The reason I'm putting the butter in now is because the heat from being cooked will melt the butter. Right, now potato ricer, honestly fabulous, really cannot recommend. Look, see how they're cooked? Cannot recommend them highly enough. So I'm taking some of the potato and I'm putting it into the ricer. That'd be easier if I was closer. Putting it into the ricer, and then we just do this. Lumpy potatoes, a thing of the past. The last of our potato gone in through the ricer, and I'm just going to mix. Now, the milk that I had left from making the sauce, I've actually just popped and warmed up for a little bit, because that will also help stop you having lumpy mash warm potato. Okay, right, so I'm going to pop a bit more of that in because it's quite stiff. And season, we always season, and potatoes do need salt. I mean, fair play to those of you who don't eat it, that's marvellous, but in this house potatoes need salt. So what do they get? They get salt. I'm going to go in with another good knob of butter, and we're just going to mix that through. Lovely. Right, and that is your mash done. I have put the fish mix into a Pyrex dish, and now I'm just going to pop the potato on top. Yeah, you could be fancy, you could pipe it, but no, it's just our dinner. It doesn't have to be too fancy, does it? Okay. Right, and you just want to, actually I needed a fork, I don't know why I got out a spoon. Just push it across to make sure that all of this fish mix is covered. It's okay, I've got some more potato in here. So I think I did pretty well with judging the amounts, to be quite honest. Right, and remember, the more you fork it up, they're going to be your crispy bits. Now, do you know what? I can't remember which side has got the prawns. I think it's this side, but I can't remember, so oh dear, what a pity. I hope I don't get them. Okay, so nicely forked up. Let's just try this mash. smells actually quite nice. Back to don't faint. More butter. You could put cheese on this, but strangely enough, much as I love cheese, I'm not a fan of cheese on top of my fish pie. What I do sometimes is before I put the mash on, I lay some chopped, quartered, hard-boiled eggs. Excuse me one moment. Right, that's the pie all topped with butter, ready to go into the oven. I'm using the silver crest today, and that's going to go in there for about 30 minutes. And we'll be back when that's cooked. Right then, we have about another minute left, and I'm just looking and I can see the sauce is all bubbly and the top is looking absolutely gorgeous. That butter has really browned the top off. I put it in at 190 and then I turned it down to 160 so that it's to be sure that it cooks all the way through. Just going to be, there we go, we are now finished. We will be serving it with just some peas, nice and simple. We've got quite a few veggies in there anyway. So once we stop, I'll get it out and you can, there we go. Right, I do hope you're ready for this. Oh my gosh. There we go. A beautiful homemade fish pie using cod, salmon, smoked haddock and a few king prawns. Now before I serve, obviously it has to sit there for a few minutes. So once it's served, we'll be doing our taste. Right, we're all dished up. Steve has his, I have mine here, and we need to taste it, don't we? So, well, let's see what I've got. I'm going to get some salmon and some of the potato and some spinach. Oh look, I've got a bit of haddock there as well. It's quite a big spoonful, forkful, so please forgive me. I'll try to be ladylike. Right, needs a little bit of vinegar, but I always add that. That's just for me. See, so you've got a luxurious fish pie, but you can feel quite virtuous because you've got all those vegetables in it. So please have a go at making a fish pie. If you've liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Any comments, as always, write them down below and I will be very happy to reply. If you want to be notified each time we put on a new video, you need to subscribe, and then when you've subscribed you need to ding that bell and you'll be notified each time we put on a new video. So for now, thanks for watching, wishing you all a very happy and blessed Easter, and I'll see you all again very soon in the kitchen with Pen. Bye bye. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to give us a like. If you'd like to subscribe, click on our picture here. If you want to see more videos of what we get up to, click here. Thanks for watching. Bye.